Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. I am excited today. We are going to talk about this market action. We did not take a trade just because it is NFP day, and I'll kind of go over why I didn't take the trade I took, but if it wasn't NFP day, we would have definitely taken this trade. So I'm excited to show you my price action, my thoughts, what was going into it, essentially just getting down and dirty into the charts, and you've got to see this. So stick around. I'm going to be showing you what I was looking at and the crazy reaction we had off of this specific thing. All right, let's start at the daily chart. Now, we have been having this very bullish or bearish run this week, and we traded into that daily fair value gap, taking out these daily weekly lows, and this morning we actually filled in this daily fair value gap. Now, we had a really nice reaction off of the low of this daily fair value gap, so I wasn't expecting it to move down to these relative equal lows. I was kind of looking for that retracement move that we get on TGIF, because we have had such this bearish move that we were looking for somewhat of a retracement on Friday. Let's drop down to the 1 hour time frame. Perfect. Now we're on the 1 hour time frame. Yesterday we took out some buy side liquidity, then we traded lower. After taking out that buy side liquidity, the trade we took, we actually ended up trading lower in the afternoon, and that's all fine and dandy. We can see the market when we opened at 6 p.m. we actually traded inside of this 1 hour fair value gap and then moved back down lower. Now, this move right here was actually due to NFP coming down to that low of the daily fair value gap before moving higher. However, London session, we did have these like nice runs, so I was looking for those London session relative equal highs to be traded to, and then potentially trade into this New York AM session high. But I want you guys to kind of look at this level right here. So these are actually our London session highs. And we'll talk a little bit about why the market retraced to this area and why those levels are still important even though they were traded to yesterday. So essentially we had this break right here, but look at where the body stopped. We stopped just below those London session highs, and then this morning we actually traded, and look at where the bodies came to. The body here closed right above the London session high. So that would have been a nice target for us this morning. Again, we didn't trade, but we were gonna trade, and I was like, nah, rules. Let's not trade. We're actually gonna just watch and see if the market does what we want it to do, because we had news at 8:15 this morning, but then we also had news at 10 a.m. So since our time frame to trade is 10 to 11, I was actually waiting to see what the news would have done after 10 a.m. And because we had such a high impact news driver at 10 a.m., that's why we didn't take a trade at 10 a.m. because it could have gone either way, really. I did want to see it move higher, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Perfect. So this is the 1 hour time frame. Let's drop down to the 15-minute really quickly. I really want to talk about the 5-minute time frame with you guys. So right away we see we took out these lows right here with this move during NFP. This is all great. This is, something we wanted to see this morning, and then we see this push higher. And of course, since our objective was these highs here, London session highs, and trading just like above these relative equal highs here, it was nice to see the market come down to that daily fair value gap low and then move higher. Now, the good stuff. Let's get to the good stuff, Alicia. 5-minute time frame. Look at this beautiful reaction here. So we traded down, taking out these lows here at 8:30. We made this low right here. This was at 8:30 a.m. This low right here was at 8:35 a.m. We then see the market continue to push higher. Now we have these breaks, this break of this relative equal low, taking out that sell side liquidity, trading to the low of the daily fair value gap, and now we have this push higher, breaking market structure. But this candle right here is a bullish breaker. We can see the market actually trade down into this candle right here before explosively taking off. We can also see that there is this 5-minute fair value gap right here where the market trades down into the bullish breaker and the 5-minute fair value gap. Seeing this is like a beautiful representation of the breaker. I mean, we have that classic like taking out that sell side liquidity. We traded into that higher time frame objective of the low of the daily fair value gap before breaking market structure, breaking this high. And then couple that with a 5-minute fair value gap, this would have been a beautiful entry. Unfortunately, it was at 9:10 a.m. and this is not our time frame to trade. So we didn't actually get in the market when this happened. But considering that this had happened, now we're looking for buys to support that kind of continuation, because we had already taken out the lows, already traded into that daily fair value gap low, and it's Friday. We're looking for somewhat of a retracement move. So we're looking for the continuation higher. Let's drop down to the 1 minute. Perfect. So this is where my trade was. Again, we didn't take the trade just because we had like high impact news, ISM at 10 a.m. We weren't willing to risk it going all the way down to go to our level. So we just stayed out of the market, but we did in fact manage to see this beautiful setup, this beautiful run right at 10 a.m., right when the news was released. We traded, we have our higher time frame analysis of the breaker continuing higher. This is a 5-minute fair value gap right here. The market comes down, respects it beautifully. Look at how we stopped at the consequent encroachment of that 5-minute fair value gap. Yes, we have a little bit of wicks, but what does ICT say? Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. So we stopped at this consequent encroachment of the 5-minute fair value gap before moving higher. And then this would have been our 1 minute entry. Why this fair value gap? Well, we hadn't traded into it, and we wanted to see the market respect this low right here and this 5-minute fair value gap, because we had already came down into this 5-minute fair value gap, so we didn't want to see it move lower. If it would have moved lower, we would have gone for some sell side liquidity, but I was expecting the market to move higher because we had such like this beautiful run already. We're looking for a continuation move. And since it's Friday, we kind of want to see that retracement into the weekly range. So we traded down, had a slight break of market structure there, came back down, took out these small sell side liquidity here while trading into the 1 minute fair value gap. This would have been my entry right here at 10 a.m. But since there was news, we did not enter into the market. However, look at how beautiful that trade setup is. With our higher time frame analysis, we have the breaker on our side, we have the low of the daily fair value gap on our side, and just market action and seeing how we are trading is just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful run. That is what I call an amazing setup. Now, I did not take this trade just because we had high impact news driver at 10 a.m. And I know for certain that it is NFP today. I mean, it could have gone either way. We could have seen like a much bigger drop at 10 a.m. before moving higher. So because of this, I was not willing to risk putting on a position, especially because when the market does go against you on NFP days, it doesn't just do it by a couple points, you know, like it drops sometimes. So I wasn't willing to risk my stop being hit, but not my stop being hit at a lower level because of the spread and the speed of the market. That's why we just watched this beautiful setup play out. And honestly, it was beautiful. I'm super happy we were able to see it. Honestly, I would have liked it if it was a little bit slower, so I could have gotten into something after 10 a.m. I was just not willing to get in on the trade at 10 a.m. Sure, 10:03, sure, 10:05, but 10 a.m. was just too early for me. That is all I have for you today. I hope you guys traded well during NFP. I hope you guys got something from this video. I know seeing this price action, I was just like, wow, it's so amazing. It's a beautiful, and sometimes that's what happens. You know, you find these amazing setups on NFP and they go in your favor and you're like, okay, I'm trading the next NFP, but I know from experience, that's usually not the best thing to do. So I just watched the market today, but I hope you guys had an amazing day. I hope you guys had an amazing trading week. I hope you guys had a really great start to your 2024. Can you believe it? 2024. Crazy. I'm gonna end the video here. I will see you guys all next week, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. We are also at 950 subscribers, which is crazy. Thank you all for your support. And once we hit that 1,000 mark, we're going to be doing a day in the life. So I will see you guys shortly. Thank you so much for being here. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Bye for now.